Hotep, my brothers and my sisters. Hope all is well. All is well. Let me get this stuff situated here. Turn down some of this stuff. Come on in, brothers and sisters. Make sure you share this information. All right. All right. All right. Hotep, brothers and sisters. Brother Chris, brother Kamal. Hotep. Come on in, brothers and sisters. Let's do this. Yes. Come on in. Let's do this. Like Brutus. All right. Amandala, brothers and sisters. All right. Let's start this.
We're gonna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Let's elevate our minds. We're gonna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Knowledge ain't hard to find. Now hold up, wait a minute. Let's get a little bit of knowledge in it. Everybody wanna go way back to Marcus Garvey, 1887. He was born a Nubian.
Hotep. Yamu, Amari.
And he will always remain supreme. Yeah. We will have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Let's elevate our minds. We're gonna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Knowledge ain't hard to find. Let's take a little trip way back to the ancient land. Pharaohs walking around with swords in their hands. There were Nubian queens.
Saibiri.
We were Nubian pharaohs. That's the word.
Is everything clear, y'all? Somebody type yes. Is everything clear? Picture and sound.
Come on, everybody, get a little bit of knowledge. Come on, everybody, come go with me. We wanna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone.
Thank you.
Let's elevate our minds. We wanna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Knowledge ain't hard to find. Now I'm Conscious Black, and I made up a dance called the knowledge. It's not hard to do. Everybody knows how to two-step, right? All you do is two-step, and on the third time that you step to the right, you're gonna take your finger and put it to your temple like you're thinking. And each time you put it to your temple like you're thinking, you're gonna go round and round and round, a one full circle. Y'all ready? It's not hard to do. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, swing your partners, go see go round and round and round we go. Swing them to the left and swing them to the right. It's a little knowledge party tonight. Keep spinning around and round and round we go. Keep spinning around. If you ain't gonna dance to the back of the line, no shucking and jiving, it's party time. If you ain't gonna dance to the back of the line, no shucking and jiving, it's party time. Round and round and round we go. Round we go. Round and round and round we go. Round we go. We gonna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Let's elevate our minds. We gonna have a knowledge party. Come on, everyone, tell somebody. Knowledge ain't hard to find. Keep spinning around, around, around. Keep spinning around, around, around. Keep spinning around, around, around. Keep spinning around, around, around.
All right. Oh, Rizzle, my brothers and my sisters, I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum. Hotep. Shalom. What's happening? What up? Yes. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the SCS, the Scriptural and Cultural Study of the God in Action Ministries, Spiritual and Culture Center, located here in Albany, New York. We thank you, brothers and sisters, for taking some time out today to join us, to connect with us, each other spiritually, and to join us so that we can elevate our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and overstanding, so that we can live our best life now and become a better version of ourselves. Thank you once again, brothers and sisters, and do not take your presence lightly. And I ask you, if you have not already, please share this with somebody if you know how to do it. Share it, share it, share it, so that we can get it around, because if it's good enough for you, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for of somebody else or everybody else. Ashe, because we didn't come down from heaven. A lot of us came up from hell. Ashe, and I have came up from hell, just like so many other people. But look at us. We're still here. We thank the Creator. Thank the Almighty Creator, the Most High, the Almighty God, for being that in our lives and working through our lives. Ashe? All right, brothers and sisters. Once again, good to see y'all. We have more people come in during the test earlier, half an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? So let you know that people was eager to come on in, and that's fine. And guess what I'm doing today, brothers and sisters? You know, they say don't talk about it, be about it. I'm broadcasting now, our first time trying this, you know what I'm saying? If not now, when? On Facebook and on YouTube. Okay? I'm not telling you to go to YouTube. It's a test. It's just a test. All right? And later on, we're going to do another test. We're going to open up a discussion where you can come in. I'm going to send the link. I'll let you know when. We're going to send the link where you can tap in on the link and come in live and share your views or your opinions or expound on the subject that we have today. Just, you know what I'm saying? I need your help to try this thing out. Okay? We're going higher and higher. We're elevating. We got to, what you say, in order to elevate, you got to separate. So we're separating from the comfort zone or the level we was on, and we're going to start elevating and shooting higher things and doing more things with our brothers and sisters. All right. Once again, welcome, brothers and sisters. Get your beverage, your comfortability, whatever, your shoes, your dinner. You can sit here and just chill. This is knowledge hour. All right, brothers and sisters, power hour, knowledge hour. Yeah, ain't no time to play. Yeah, time for me to present and to relay the information that the Spirit of God has given to us so we can elevate. Ashe? All right, brothers and sisters, those of you who have seen or have saw the post that I put up, the subject of the post is, wow, that's deep. The subject is how to overcome the cancer of rejection. How to overcome the cancer of rejection. All right. And we're going to include in that self-rejection. Ashe? All right. Now, what we're going to start off by doing is defining what rejection is. That's how I roll, you know. Rejection. What is rejection? Rejection is the act of not accepting, believing, or considering something. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Get it out of my face. I don't want to hear it. Brush it off, push it off. You know what I'm saying? So synonyms for rejection is to exclude something, to push out, push away. Once again, to brush off. Okay? To ostracize. To reject. When a person feels rejection or feel like they're being rejected, it can make them feel or cause one to feel worthless, valueless, unwanted, and even hopeless. That's the power of rejection. Rejection is something that nobody likes to feel, but as long as we travel this life journey, we're all going to experience rejection. Okay? You just got to get used to hearing that, and you have to accept that fact. All right? No, it don't feel good. No one wants to have to deal with that. You know, I hear about stories of a lot of prominent people, a lot of famous people, a lot of successful people. They say when they went out, started their business or their career, or they presented their craft to the world, you know what I'm saying? They were shot down. They was rejected. You know, they felt like crap. They felt like giving up because they felt hopeless, valueless, unwanted. But because they did not allow rejection, the cancer of rejection, to grow in them, they was able to overcome that and become one of the greatest people that we see on TV, or in sports, on media, or wherever you want to, we see these famous people at. Rejection. It can either be used to destroy us, or you can use it as fuel to take you where you need to be, because I'm not going to let nothing stop me. Ashe? Now, to be honest with you, rejection is not something that we receive all the time. A lot of people practice this. And there's a lot of people who use rejection as a weapon. And when you use it as a weapon, it can be very brutal and destructive. Oh, yes, it can. I'm going to share some areas in which where a person or people can feel rejected. And hopefully, not hopefully, but and I believe that before I'm finished, that you can identify what I'm talking about. Because we're dealing with rejection. A lot of people just try to act like it don't bother them, but I'm going to share some things where you have been rejected. Maybe nobody don't know you felt it. Maybe you don't want to admit that you felt this thing, but you've been rejected. All right? A person feels rejected on the job, while they're on the job. Okay? Yeah. You know you qualified. I experienced this myself personally. You know you qualified to fill a certain position so you can elevate in your salary. You know you qualified. You trained, you took the test for it, and you passed it, right? But when it comes to choosing the person for the job or the position, they bypass you. And they give it to someone else who's less qualified. And sometimes they have you train the person who's less qualified to be your supervisor, or be your manager. I was in that position. I felt rejected because I went for the job. They said, "Oh, sorry, because this, thus, and so." I said, "Well, they don't got that either." Well, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of times they'll bypass you or reject you to choose somebody that they're close to, a family member or a friend. Have anybody experienced that? So you can feel that on your job. People can feel rejected in school. A lot of our children feel rejected in school. You know how they feel rejected? When a child is labeled special ed student, a special education student. That's why you gotta be very careful that you do not allow the system to label your child, your grandchild, your niece, or your nephew. I've been through that too. When I went and fought like hell, so you will not label my family. You got nothing to do with it. Oh, I said over my dead body. And guess what? They did not label him. But people allow these systems to label their kids so they can get extra money on SSI, put them in special education. I know what I'm talking about. So they label these children in special education, and these kids can feel rejected. You know why? Because now they're taken out of the so-called regular class around the regular smart students and placed in this isolated class called special ed, where all the trouble kids are at, or the dumb kids are at. That's how they feel, rejected. And when they're in these classes, they got to deal with people laughing at them, deal with people teasing them because they're calling them dumb because they're in these isolated so-called special ed classes. A child can feel rejected. You can feel rejected in society. The black folks know that very well. African or black people, it's sad they get to use both of them because some people don't want to accept black or African, so you got to say black or African. You know what I'm saying? That's your twisted mind. If it's you, we get rejected in society, and like I said, we as a people, we know this very well. It's called racism. It's called white supremacy. Yes, our people, black people, are made to feel very uncomfortable. Check it out. Even when you go into stores, right? So you come in, can I help you? It's a lot of other people who don't look like you in that store. You're not asking them for help, but they act like when you come in, they're so eager to help you out. No, they're watching you. No, they make you feel uncomfortable because they really don't want you in their store. That's a feeling of rejection. Are you hearing me? You feel it when you move into a certain neighborhood. You work your behind off, save your money, okay, to move out of the hood into a safer neighborhood to raise your family or to spend the rest of your days, right? And you move into a neighborhood a lot of times, people do because they think when you move into a white neighborhood, you done made it. So you move into a Caucasian neighborhood, most of the people don't look like you, right? And check it out, and you will experience the rejection because guess what? A lot of people, black people who moved in these neighborhoods, thought they have made it, experiencing their homes being vandalized, even burnt down or spray painted. They even received death threats, right? And the people who give it to them, who do it, hopes that they will get fearful enough to move out of the neighborhood or move out of the town because they don't want you there. That's rejection based on your color, based on what they heard about you on the news, based on how they portray us on TV and shows and movies. Rejection. We know it very, very well. Rejection is felt many times by black people when it comes to applying to bank loans. You have a hard time getting a bank loan, but you can get a car loan because niggas like cars, but cars loses its value. I'm excuse my vernacular, but you have a hard time getting a home loan. They don't want you to own nothing. They want you to rent something. We have a hard time seeking justice and receiving government financial help to improve our black community or organizations that will help elevate our people. That's being rejected as a people. Being brushed off. Being excluded. Cast aside. We're dealing with overcoming the cancer of rejection. People feel rejected at home. It's not always outside. It's always the white man or this and that. We can feel rejected in our own homes. You see certain family members, you know, say some people who's real good at the silent treatment thing. You know what I'm saying? You think that's a powerful thing? That's destructive. The silent treatment thing. And y'all have silent treatment contests, see who can do it longer. Sometimes it's going on for months. Silent treatment, you're in the same house, doing the I'm talking men, women, and the children, right? Right? In the same house, act like you don't even exist in the house, walking past each other, don't say good morning, don't say nothing. You go to the refrigerator, go to your bedroom, watch TV in your bedroom, you know, say all living in the same house. That's a form of rejection, rejecting each other. You don't get no attention, you don't feel no love, you don't get no hugs, you get no respect in the family. That's rejection. And when you're in a family, a family member who's rejected And in a family unit, what do they call them? The black sheep of the family. As if the black is a degrading thing. No, the white sheep of the family. Are you catching what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? Parents reject their children. God is knocking, the Spirit is knocking on all of our doors. Parents reject their children. There's a lot of people who have babies, they really didn't want them. They just wanted to have the sex, the good time, the so-called loving, knocking the boots. It was too hot to use some kind of protection towards the male and the female. And after the fact, oh my God, what do we do? Oh my God, what do we do? And when they have the child that they really did not want, they start rejecting that child. They don't really nurture that child. They don't really give the child no attention or give that child the love that they need. So therefore, parents reject their children. And there's times when two people come together to create a child and that relationship ends. The male or the female, once it ends, don't want to have nothing to do with the child. It ain't just the man. They got you tricked. The man or female. I know a lot of women who have left the man or they broke up and don't have nothing to do with their child. They don't show you that. I'm trying to say it's not just a man thing. A Negro man thing. Don't let anybody lie to you that way. People do that. So they reject the child because it's a tool, a weapon. They're going to use that child as a pawn to get back at their ex. And I said earlier, when you use rejection as a weapon, it could be brutal and destructive. The children, once again, they feel rejected. Like I said, a lot of people out here I'm just getting real, having all these babies. 75% or 80% of the households are being led by black women. I'm not being insensitive. Yes, that's sad, but every black man did not walk away from their responsibility. Stop that damn lie. Every black man is not a deadbeat father. Every black man is not a dog. Every black man don't refuse to be take care of what they have. That's what they're teaching our black women. I'm here trying to correct that lie. Yes, there's a lot of men who do it. There's a lot of black women who chase the damn man away. Who can handle screaming and arguing and nagging all day long? You chase a brother away, and when the brother leaves, see, he ain't no damn good. Look at him. He's a deadbeat father. You need to know the whole story. I'm just saying 75% of the home statistics say is ran by black women. But the child feels rejected in the environment too. With the male or the female, doesn't matter. People have a baby. Have multiple babies. We're dealing with real stuff today, y'all. Multiple babies. Nobody forced nobody to open their legs or to pull down their zipper. They have these babies. Having one baby is a mistake. 2 or 3 babies is not a mistake, it's a decision you made. Don't say, I made a mistake. No, it's the decision. So you have these babies. And now you have some people, a lot of people, not all, but too many, they'll take those kids, give them up for adoption or put them in foster care. But somebody will take care of their business. And the sad thing is, then they go out there and have more babies, then they keep those babies. And that child is looking at this. Why you got rid of me, but you have 2 or 3 more babies after me, but they living with you? I know what I'm talking about. I had to live in that life, experience that, and you feel rejected. What's wrong with me? How come I was not kept? How come this and how come that? Oh my God, what's wrong with me? And when a child is feeling rejected, my brothers and sisters, a person is contributing to the child's delinquency, and their rebellion in their heart. A lot of our children that we see out there off the hook and wilding, they're not just crazy people. It's always a root to a problem. Them are symptoms of something that's going on deep inside. In many cases, not all, they feel rejected by society. They feel rejected by parents. They feel rejected by teachers. And they only feel accepted by those who are wilding out with them. That's why they get into the gangs. I feel accepted by those who are wilding out with me, who's just like me, who feels like me, an outcast, rejected, ostracized. Nobody understands me, unwanted, brushed off. All right? Now, and there's times when parents feel rejected. All this work they put in that child, cleaning the child or children, cleaning their children's behinds and feeding them and wiping their dirty nose and cleaning their dirty soiled clothes and feeding them and busting their behind to put food on the table and working 2 and 3 jobs. And they coming home, right? Year after year till that child gets older or get grown, go on their own, or get educated and start doing good. Now they ain't got no time for the one who helped them get there. Or I'm too busy. Or I got my own family. Or I'm going through something. A parent could feel rejected. They feel rejected by that. Got no time for me? Though it's an excuse when it comes out of our mouth, that is rejection. I'm teaching tonight. I feel the worst type of rejection, brothers and sisters, I'm going to keep using that word rejection, is self-rejection. Self-rejection. That's one of the worst types or kind, whatever word you want to use. Yeah. And Black people have been taught very well how to reject themselves, reject their roots, reject their culture, reject their history, reject themselves, reject their people, anything that have to do with Africa. We have been taught to do that very well. I want to hear that BS, that old stuff. Leave that stuff where it is. Marcus Garvey said, I'm paraphrasing, a person who do not know their history, their culture, and their roots is like their history, their culture, their themselves is like a tree without roots. That's what Marcus Garvey said. And a lot of us feel good there because we've been taught to reject who and what we are. We know little or nothing about ourselves. So what it does, it causes us to try to identify with other people. Yes, we know little about ourselves because we're taught how to reject ourselves. So therefore, when you reject yourself, you strive hard to be like somebody else. Are you feeling me, brothers and sisters? You ever hear people talking? They never embrace or claim their Africanism or their Blackness. They always want to share their what they was mixed with. Oh yeah, I got Indian. See, I got Indian here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got Irish in me. I got Portuguese in me. Yeah, I got European in me. I got Italian in my blood. Yeah, black folk gloating, but they won't accept. They won't be that intense when it comes to African. They'll do everything to bypass saying they're African and bring out these other races that raped our African women. That's why you got these different mixed groups in you, European and Irish and Italian, Portuguese and Indian. They raped you. They raped our foreparents. You brag about the rape blood you got in you? That's called self-rejection. Self-rejection. It's gotten to the point, brothers and sisters, that you look in Africa and all these Caribbean islands and stuff like where we are, they have this big obsession with bleaching themselves. They're getting in bathtubs with toxic bleach and chemicals that's literally burning off their black skin. They're scraping it off. You can see it on YouTube. They scrape off their black color and they look white because they're rejecting themselves. It's all over the black world, the African world, the Caribbean. Using this toxic method to erase who they are because they was taught to reject who they are. Today is about overcoming the cancer of rejection. This whole cancer started and it began when we arrived in the hells of North America. Being born in the hells of North America. This is where it started from. In our African history, our African culture, they admired, they revered who they were, their parents, their grandparents, their children, their color. Because African people, black people are children of the sun. Okay? And there's so many people in the world wants to look like you. That's why they have suntans and burning the hell out of themselves. Having melanoma, getting cancer to look like you. They got you rejecting how you look. And once you reject it, they take over it and say and claim it. They trying to look like you. And you trying to look like them. And somebody said you trying to copy the copycat. Trying to look like your enemy, your open enemy, your open oppressor. And they will never accept you because you bleach your damn skin or you try to talk white, walk around with your pinky out when you drink your little soda in your tea and use proper language. Hello, Bob. Hello, Mary. Hello, Heather. How are you, Jim? Yes. And getting your hair all processed and straight. Guess what? You still a nigga. In their eyes. They will never accept you. But because you reject yourself to be accepted, and people will do anything, like I said, to be accepted. Almost anything to be accepted. People will give up their body. Give up their body, their precious body. Because they don't want to be rejected. They don't want to be accepted. They'll give that up. Give up their virginity. Give up everything they've been taught that was right just to be accepted by the crowd. Accepted by people because they don't want to be rejected. Oh, you hear me, somebody? Now, Scripture teaches, brothers and sisters. I'm going to open this up in a few minutes for your input. I'm going to put the link in the comment section. Whoever presses that link could come in. I'll bring you in live, and we can have we can talk. And I got up to 10 people could come in. I encourage you. This is a test also, but I want you to come on in, and I want to hear what you got to say. I just want to give you a backdrop. But one thing about all this stuff, brothers and sisters, how do we overcome this stuff? How do we overcome this self-rejection and this cancer of rejection? Number one, it's important to know if they're rejecting you as a person, rejecting your attitude, or rejecting your acts and behavior. Because sometimes people will reject you not because you're black. It could be these other things, your attitude, your actions, and your behavior. So you have to really understand the root of this thing, the source of the rejection. And number two, once you are rejected, you have to have the power to reject the rejection. To reject the rejection, meaning because you have been accepted, not rejected, accepted by the one who really matters, that is God. So you reject the rejection and reject the rejector. The Creator created you, called you by name. And whatever God you want to call God, the higher power, whatever, God created you and called you by name. Scripture says you are made in the image and likeness of God, meaning that you're not the God, but you created you to function and operate like a God on this earth. You are in the image and likeness of God. Then it says, it teaches the scriptures, ye are the children of the Most High God. You are gods. You are the children of the Most High God. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Then the scripture also said you have been beautifully and wonderfully made. So you reject the rejection. Reject the rejection when that comes. And accept yourself. Because when somebody rejects you, brother and sister, guess who they're rejecting? They're rejecting God. They're rejecting the Creator. Whatever name you want to give God, Olodumare, Allah, Shango, Ra, you know what I'm saying? Elohim. Okay, whatever name you want to give to God is one God, him or her. When somebody rejects you, someone who's been made in God's image and God's likeness, beautifully and wonderfully made. Ye of God, you are gods, the children of the Most High God. When somebody rejects you, they are rejecting God. What? Now this Negro just went way left. All right, I had enough. Let me cut him off. No, hold. Let's slow up. Slow up. Didn't the scripture say that you are the temple of God, where the Spirit of God dwells in you? So when somebody rejects you, they're rejecting who? The God. And once you receive that, knowing that, let me tell you something, God is the only one I need to receive me and reject me. Yes, I'm going to feel rejected. It's not going to feel good, but I'm not going to let it control my life, overpower my life, make me think negative about my life. Because I know who I am. I accept me. Now, if you have some areas in your life that you need to change and modify and adjust it so you can be a better version of yourself, yes, you need to do that. We all need to do that every opportunity that God gives us when he wakes us up on a daily basis. We all need to do that. But never reject who and what you are. Because what you see right now is not what God sees. God sees greater. That's why you're always being pushed to higher heights, higher levels. Because God sees more in you. I see more in you. And I need you, brothers and sisters, to see more in me. And I see more in yourself, and encourage each other to get to that more. So we can once again become a better version of ourselves. I share. Now, I shared that with you. Very animatedly. I'm going to put in the chat in the comment section. Okay? I'm going to put in the comment section the link. And what I want you to do, those of you who desire to come on in and help me work this thing out, because we're going to have a lot more discussions. Tap the link, right? They'll give you little instructions, and I'll bring you in. Fair enough? You can do that at this time, brothers and sisters. We got sometimes it's only 7 o'clock. Okay, so I want to make sure I have some time for you to come on board. Okay, so you can do this at this time. That you the link that you see in God Action Ministries is the link I put up there in the comments. Hit that link and come on in. Okay? You can do that if you'd like to come in. You're not obligated. All right? Or you want to make a comment? Make a comment. Write a comment. Or you can come on in. Now everybody's scared. Well, maybe I have to wait. Maybe somebody's trying to do it. If you can see the comment, the link in there, God Action Ministry, Spiritual Culture Center, StreamYard link. Hit that link and come on in. I see somebody coming in, Brother Ty Beatty. Let me get Brother Ty Beatty in. Ashe.
Ashe, Hotep.
Hotep King.
Hotep, Pastor.
All right, good. We got the brother in. Let me yes, sir. What's good, brother?
Hotep, all is well, Hotep.
Okay, I hope everybody can see and hear clearly. Was it easy just to tap the link and come on in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So anybody else who desire to do that, you come on in. Mike, devices not connected. I don't understand what that means. Wait, get Brother Ty Beatty.
Yes, sir. Hotep. Good lesson as always. Just want to, Hotep you
King.
This evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good lesson as always.
We got to share with our people.
Understanding. Yes, sir. Uplifting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just to pity back, you hit all the points, all the PowerPoints, about rejection. Just wanted to add to that piece, when we looking at rejection could be a blessing or a curse. I would look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And why I put that out there, because when I look at rejection as a blessing, I could look at the times of being rejected by certain individuals as I was a child growing up, looking at the troubles, situations that they ended up in these days, just being grateful that if there wasn't no rejection, if they didn't reject me being around them at a certain time, maybe I wouldn't be here to dialogue and to get the wisdom and the understanding that the Creator has given me. So rejection can be a blessing when we look at it, and it can also be a curse if we allow it to hinder us, and it can stunt our growth. If we hold on to the rejection and not look at the big picture. Well, what if I wasn't rejected? What if I wasn't refused of certain things? Where would I be?
Yes, sir.
This point. So rejection, like I said, can be a blessing or a curse. So I appreciate, the understanding and knowledge that you pass down, to me, throughout these days. Appreciate it.
Thank you, King.
Yes, sir.
My beautiful brother, my little brother, Brother Mike Wilson, blood brother, biological brother. You know what I'm saying? The rich one, trying to get where him and his queen is at.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hear you good, man. Hotep, man.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Hotep, everyone.
Do you have your
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my sound down because I got a lot of echo from everybody.
Okay. It's still echo now? Brother Ty Beatty, can you put yours on mute?
I'm on mute.
Okay. Is it still echoing, Mike?
It's better.
Okay. Let me put myself on mute.
It sounds better. Can y'all hear me?
It sounds better.
I wanted to touch bases on the rejection part.
I wanted to touch bases on the rejection part.
We are being rejected by our own people. This is the worst platform that we live by every day.
This is the worst platform.
What I mean by that is that the white man has set it up. No matter if you're in a place of business, if you're out there shopping, we're always watching each other while they sit back and observe us, not showing love to each other. But as soon as the white man does something, it doesn't even matter if it carries no weight or anything, the black person is always willing to say, thank Jesus, thank you, Lord. And not looking at the fact why they received it. Because if you give this, they call it abundance, it has no meaning to it. All it does is just makes you reject your own people. There's a lot that I can say about it, but I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. And your message touched on that today, and I just wanted to share that with you. That's my battle every day, is talking to my own people. In case y'all didn't know, I'm in the South. And I look at them not progressing because they don't know how to stop being rejected.
Mm.
Because they don't know how to stop being rejected.
Mm-hmm. I hear an echo still. Ashe.
Ashe.
Yes, sir. Anybody else?
Yeah, I still hear it.
Sometimes you may have to put on like earbuds.
Yeah, I still
You have any earbuds?
Sometimes you may have to put on like earbuds.
See if you plug that in, see what happens. Get Brother Ty B, got anything to say? Anybody else want to come on in? Y'all could come on in. Brother Ty B, got anything to say? Anybody else want to come on in?
Still got an echo.
Can you hear me?
I can hear still echoing. Still got it. I think the echo cleared up. Brother Mike, put the headset on. I think it cleared up. Can you hear? Anya Brile. Can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he hit on a powerful point of
you on mute.
I'm not on mute.
No, get brother.
Yeah, Brother Mike hit on a powerful point with black people rejecting each other in their own community. And I think I'm not gonna say I think, but that's because of this the brainwashing of the white supremacy system that made us believe that we're nothing, we're less than what the Creator has created us to be as a king and a queen. So we rejected ourselves, we downsized ourselves to believe that we're niggas and female dogs instead of kings and queens. So the rejection is serious in the black community. When we look at the media, the rap industry, where everything less than a man is being portrayed, the SAG, homosexuality, the exploitation of the black woman. Just the rejection is serious in the black community. And that's where we go back to, not getting off a topic when I said on a live before that the black community is under fire. And it's a part of rejection that in order for us to undo this psychological slavery, we got to get back to understanding who we are and where we from and what our ancestors has passed down to us. But until then, we always going to be in a rejective state of mind because, as Brother Mike said, that's where the white supremacy want us. And they have done a wonderful job.
Yes,
and
sir.
I remember, as you have taught, in order to undo this thing, it's gonna be double time to undo what was already done. So if it's been done for 400 plus years, it's gonna take double amount of time to undo this state of rejection.
Yes, sir.
But to understand, as long as we continue to teach and uplift each other and liberate these brothers and sisters, I can see it being undone.
Yes, sir.
Hotel, brother Mike. Good point, Robert. Good point.
Hey, Mike, could you once you unmute yourself and say something, see if you're still echoing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. That's better now. I don't hear echo.
Good point, brother. Good point. I don't want to take the floor, but the worst thing that's happening to us right now is
Queen L. Queen Amari, I'm sorry.
Hello, Hotep. The biggest slavery, and it's actually slavery, is regenification. I have seen, and I've been in.
You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, they have pushed our people out of the downtown area, which they owned all the land and the property. Now that house that they built for $20,000 is selling for $600,000, and they pushed them out to the country. And what they're doing in the country is that they don't know how to
You're muting. You're muting again, bro.
uh,
Now you on. You're muting.
yeah, it's not working.
I hear you now.
Okay, it keeps muting by itself.
Wrap some tinfoil around your head.
But I thank y'all for giving me.
It's muting again, bro.
No, I would say was
It's muted. I think you probably sound like you had a short or something.
hello one. It's going dead. The batteries.
All right, Queen L. I mean, Queen Amori.
Hotel.
Hotel.
Yes, I'm listening and I understand everything that you guys are saying. One thing I want to say is that I do agree that part of the things that we're going through and how we perceive ourselves to be is partially the white man's fault. However, I do want to say that most of what we're going through is our own fault as well. We can't put everything on the white man
Right.
because what we see, what we allow ourselves to be is because of us. We we go out and we hear certain things and we know that we see a lot of police brutality and they're telling us that we're not this and we're not that. I believe that I know that self-esteem is esteem of yourself, so you have to think more of yourself than what someone else think of you. So if you do not see that, you're not going to portray that. No one else can tell you what to be. No one can show you what to be. You have to be it yourself. You have to allow yourself to think that you're a king. You have to live like you're a king. You have to be a king, even if you don't see it. And I can speak for myself that growing up, I didn't always get you're a queen, you're beautiful, I love you, is this, is that. I never received any of that as a child. But as I got older and I had my own children, I made sure that I taught them that. I showed them that love. This is how you are. No matter what someone else says that you are, this is who you are. And they can't always, I can't say that just because I told them that, that is how they'll see themselves. But I think that when you get older, you know that you're supposed to be this and you know that you're supposed to be that. But that's just all I wanted to say, is that I don't think it's always the white man's fault. It's not.
You know what? I agree with you 100%. And sometimes I just speaking for myself. I'm not going to say overemphasize. I don't even say it enough. But just being nice. When I do mention it, I'm not saying you. Somebody could take it the way that I'm making excuses for us and putting it on our responsibility on somebody else. What I be trying to do, and I know you're not referring to me, you're speaking. Yeah, what I bring out is that when they look at us as Black men and women, look at them, look at how they're doing it. We had a lot of help to get to where we are. So if we're going to look at our condition, okay, let's consider everything that helped us get to where we are. Yes, it's our responsibility to rise from here, but we have to consider everything. We're just not here because we're just no good or weak or excuse makers. No, we had a lot of help from y'all, 400 years of help to bring us to where we are. So Just like when a person or say if somebody go to jail, a European, most of the time they consider, oh, he came from a bad house, he had mental problems, that's nothing to play with. His parents told him no too many times. He got spanked by his daddy too many times. They consider all these things to try to make excuses for why this person shut the whole school. But when it comes to us, no, he's a murderer. These are predators. These are just animals. They don't consider those things when it comes to us. So you're right. It's not, we can't keep blaming them, but we cannot leave them out of the equation. They helped get us here. But it's our responsibility as a whole, as a people, to rise up and elevate and come up out of this, because they will not help us do that. So you're 100% correct. You can respond if you like.
Hotel.
I'm talking to Queen Amari. If you want to respond up there, you can.
I didn't want to respond. I totally agree with everything you're saying. You're right.
And you can disagree also.
I know. I will.
Excuse me, Miss Amari.
Hotel.
Okay.
Hey, that's good, Queen. That's good. That's a good point. That's a good point that you put out there. That's definitely a valid point.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Thinking about you mentioned thinking about the rejection as a cancer. When we look at cancer is a tumorous organism that grows in the body. It starts from something small and it goes through stages, right? We mentioned kids, we looking at tumorous, we looking at cancer. So dealing with if dealt with the tumor at an early age, right? I use age because we're looking at a child, a baby, right? When the woman is carrying the child in her womb and she's dealing with rejection within herself of the miseducation and the misunderstanding, and she hands that down to the child, right? Once the child is born, if the mother and the father can't, if the mother and the father identifies the child's behavior in the beginning, I believe that the tumor can be put in a controllable stage. It don't have to reach the next level where adulthood, where the child begins to incorporate this rejection mentality, which we understand that the white man has done a number on us. So therefore, this kind of mindset has been handed down through generation to generation. But as I say again, a lot of times that the woman who is carrying a child, this same energy is being transferred into the child. The child grows up because the mother doesn't know, the father doesn't know the identical, what a man really looks like, or what a mother, what parenting really looks like. So they hand down this mentality to the child,
right,
into this corrupt system. But like I said, if it can be caught early, where that mothers and fathers start identifying the areas in their child life that they struggle, instead of letting the Dedru system take complete control, and we start identifying these hiccups and these wrongs in our children's life as they're young, maybe we could get a hold of this tumor and start teaching them who and what we really are based on our history and not his story. So that was a good point, Queen. Good point.
Gotta put that nuke on it, that chemo and that radiation on that thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mike, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I promise to have my mic, my headset charged next time.
Yeah, we hear you, brother. It sounds good.
I got it charged.
See if you could unplug it and see if you could talk without it. See what happens. Anybody else want to come on in? We got room for you. Anybody else want to come on in? All right. Somebody else coming in. Okay. All right. Somebody else coming in. Okay.
Hotep.
Hotep, man.
Somebody else coming in. Nah.
Hotep. Hotep, man.
got it. I'm still echoed out. Can you hear me talking? Got it. Can you hear me now? No, right? Can you hear me? I can't hear y'all though.
We're
on mute.
muted,
We're
but we
on
can
mute.
hear you. No
Echo?
echo.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear y'all though?
Can you hear me?
We're muted, but we
Is
can
it
hear you.
echo?
No, can you hear me?
Oh.
Echo?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Is it echo? No, can you hear me?
No, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Is it echo? No, can you hear me?
That remind me of a cell phone company commercial.
T-Mobile.
That remind me of a cell phone company commercial. I got an echo, but I just wanted to say this. My brother and I grew up in that. I got an echo, but I just wanted to say this. We grew up in that household where we had to identify. We grew up in that household. We had to learn. We had to search. We had to identify. And we had to believe in positive people. What I mean by that is we were brought through the Baptist church. And as you get older, you find out the things that you are being taught. We were brought through the Baptist church. I don't know if my echo is too bad. And, you know, as I got older, I separated myself from the church. And there was a reason why I did it, but I didn't know until I got older. I separated myself from the church because the church was leading me into a part that didn't exist. Because the church was leading me into a part that didn't exist. So now I understand why I had to go to church and why I went to church. It was a learning lesson of life. But going back to what you both said about the children, too many of them are still being brought up in the church and being directed in the wrong direction. Because when you talk to them, you don't have to bring up anything religion. If God is in you, he's in your heart. He's going to come out your mouth. And that's all you got to do. You just got to be you. But so many people are trying to prove, even in 2022, that I'm blessed and I'm holy and I'm saved. You can't be saved if you're not saving nobody else. So I try not to be disrespectful because some people believe that. So I'm not trying to convince you, but I do tell them, when you come to me, make sure that you're saying something that's realistic. And then they get stumped. And what do you mean by that? And I said, I'm 57 years old. Am I saved? What do you mean by that? I did a lot of wrong in my life. Do I have to tell you I'm saved? No, I believe. I did a lot of wrong in my life. Do I have to tell you I'm saved? And we have to believe in our children. And that's what we're not putting. If there was more people like my brother, and I'm not doing it because he's my brother, that was actually spreading this word every day, not only on Sunday, we would have better results with our children. We would have better results with our children. Hotep.
Thank you, my brother. Anybody else? Thank you, man. Thank you, King. Anybody else want to share something?
I got to get your set up, Queen. You outside, you inside, no lag, no nothing.
I had to come outside because Brother Tabidi is echoing in the house, so I had to come outside.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
I had to come outside.
He had the cheap equipment, huh? Yeah. Anybody else? Because we're gonna close it out in a few minutes. If anybody else got to say anything you want to say, this is a platform where you say what you say. Ashe. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. Just I'm gonna end it on that with Brother Mike. The church saving. Black people have gotten real Christianized and not bashing religion. I love the Lord. I love my God. But we have rejected. I mean, church has had us reject Africanism, and accepted being a Christian and forgot that we are true Africans. I mean, like Brother Mike said, I wish there was more people like you that was speaking truth, Pastor, because the church has gotten us so brainwashed to forget that we're African and believe that we are more Christian, but we are cultural people. We have always believed in, religion. We have always been cultural, spiritual, but we've been accepted to be a Christian and forgot that we're African. So the Faith Baptist Institution, the FBI, has created us to be more Christian-like than African. So yes, that a lot of the churches played a big part into our rejection. This Christianity and a different belief is division. It came in place to do what it's done, divide us, keep us conquered, and believe that we need to wait on the pie in the sky, and not understanding that we on earth, like you said, nobody has seen heaven. But as on earth, we can allow this to be our heaven or this can be our hell. But we have been indoctrinated to believe that we're everything else except for Africans. So that's the rejection has definitely been empowered by the churches. So I definitely agree. I share. I'm gonna end on that note.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I beat again, man.
Now I said I'm gonna end it on that note.
Yes, the church had a actually the church was one of the major vehicles that has got us to where we are when we first came to the hills of North America. It was through the church, number one, because the church sanctioned, the Southern Baptist Church sanctioned, and the Catholic sanctioned our slavery. But make a long story short, anytime, even right now, you ask about your black history, this ask a pastor, majority of them say, "Oh, we don't talk that black stuff here. That's not important. All you need is Jesus and Him crucified. Know your Bible." You ask today; they don't want to go back and answer no questions. A lot of them can't, and a lot of them know the truth, but they don't want to have you asking too many questions going to mess up their bottom line. So yes, the church played a major part. And some of black folk who's, some of us even to this now say, well, why do you know all that black stuff? It's not that important. Well, the question is, well, why you need to know all that biblical stuff? And the people that they're showing you don't even look like you. So why is that important? You learn about Peter, Paul, and Jesus. Them are Romans and Greeks and all these other nationalities, races, and Babylonians. Why is it so important you know about them and not yourself? So the church did play a major part in that, and they'll give you a little taste of it in February, but they don't go deep. You know what I'm saying? They don't go. They just give you Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks every year, but they ain't gonna go deep into who you are. I love the church, guys. My brother said we grew up, not just going on holidays. We grew up, participated, was involved from kids. You know what I'm saying? Usher board, choir, Sunday school, going to church three times a day. Sunday, on a Sunday, and on the weekday. We grew up in that thing. I'm licensed and ordained as a pastor. So I'm not going to destroy something, to down something that helped teach me, but I'm qualified to point out some things that is not good for our people. So yes, you made a good point. The church do play a part, but also the church was a beautiful thing to help our ancestors get through the hell they got through. That's why I'll never destroy or down the church. But I will show, like I said, some things they need to change. Queen, Amari, got any closing remarks?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I really had nothing to say. I was just listening and nodding because I agree. I grew up the same way. I didn't grow up in a Baptist church, but I grew up in a non-denominational church. Um, and it's not, it's traditional, same as the Baptist churches. However, we weren't taught a lot about Black culture. So this is really like a big culture shock. Really coming into this was kind of like a culture shock. Starting to come and listen to this with my husband, and I'm growing to like it because I'm learning a lot more about Black culture and things I never ever knew about, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm listening and learning and enjoying it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what I have to say with that. That's beautiful. Keep on searching, Queen. You on the right track, and this is your journey. Your journey. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more. There's a lot more to see. Boy, your eyes gonna be open to some stuff. I ain't talking about just this with me. I'm talking about your own research and you know what I'm saying, things you're gonna stumble over.
I'm doing a lot of research. I find myself like during the day listening to different lectures and everything, stuff that I never would have listened to before. I just find myself listening to it now.
Yep. And believe you me, we all started there. I started there too. So I wasn't born like this. I had to evolve too. And it was difficult for me because I had to undo a lot of stuff that was conditioned to believe. If I didn't believe it, I felt I was going to hell. And I really believe that. Now I can say stuff and I feel like God's going to strike me dead and teach stuff that I know that God's not going to strike me dead for doing it. What did Christ say? According to the book, the truth will make you free. Why are you going to strike me dead or strike you all dead for teaching truth? That's great. That's great. Anybody else before we close out? I'm looking at y'all on the computer, so here's the camera right here. Anybody else? You're welcome to say anything before we close out, y'all. I'm not rushing y'all off. Here's the camera right here. Anybody else?
My wife is not on there tonight, but she wants a soundtrack from your Sunday sessions.
Oh, she go on Facebook and get it.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll tell her to give you a call.
Yeah. Go on Facebook. All the videos are there. A soundtrack.
All right.
But she's still playing 8 tracks.
I'll tell her to give you a call.
Yeah. Go on Facebook. All the videos are there. Yeah, tell my sister to call me.
All right.
She's still playing 8 tracks. Tell my sister to call me.
I will.
Any closing remarks, Ty B? I know you said anybody else, so we can close out. Don't hesitate. You're not holding me up.
Nah,
I'm gonna hold y'all up.
Good. I'm good for this evening. I just want to say, keep up the good work, Pastor. Keep doing what you're doing. I look forward to every Sunday and Wednesday, me and my queen. Don't get discouraged. Keep walking this walk and fighting this fight. And we got your back. We rolling with you, man. Good job out here, as always.
Thank you, sir.
Hotep.
Thank you. Thank you all for being a part of the team.
Yes,
and we incorporated what we talked about in that meeting. Tonight was just a trial. We ain't moving slow, y'all. All right. So thank y'all for your input and your teamwork. Ashe. Amandala.
Ashe.